Hey, what's
Hey,
up,
Derrick.
guys? Doing well. Morning, everybody.
We're
Good
talking
morning.
ears.
Bring that
I
shot
was,
up.
I
Chris.
was listening. I
Window.
was listening. Oh God, the ear conversation.
Yeah, I know,
Can
right?
you zoom in?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly, it's been confirmed he was shot behind the ear.
Yeah, that would be the back of it, right?
Damn it.
I don't know how
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
how
And
we
just
can
so it's
tell
clear,
that's the back of a.
But just so it's clear, this isn't dispute. This is what Trump has said. He's the one who talks about. He's got the bandage on the back. That's the kind of like the upper back part of his ear.
He said, "I got shot in the back of the ear."
You can see the front part of his ear. He's out in RNC. You can see that front. He's got it only on the back part. So it's clear. This isn't really up for dispute. It's the back.
You're talking about the
right.
back part. I thought you were talking from behind.
What do you consider?
How could you not hit the back part? How could a bullet coming this way not clip this part of the very back of my ear? In fact, that's what it would have to clip, because if it clipped the front, you have the potential that it's going to move and then go somewhere else.
What I'm saying is that his angle of looking at the Jumbotron made it, his head was in the way, just so that's clear. And I think that's easy to see if you actually just take the angles, but I've already said this 5 times. But
depending on how far to the left.
Nope, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. First of all, if you go further to the left, you're behind that tree. But my point is that anywhere from where you see him on that shot with the gun further away from him, all the way to the right, which I'm pretty certain is where he actually was, unless something changes, none of those locations. John Cullen has done a video with a Dark Horse.
Oh my God.
Basically pointing at the same thing I was saying from day one. But it's who cares about either of them and what they do? The image and the angles are pretty indisputable. I've loved
John
to see
Cullen gave the water tower. John Cullen is like where the Bigfoot water tower, and he's still pushing that shit. He took his glasses off to look professional now. This fucking
let's leave the personal. Who cares about? I'm saying is that what you can prove seems to suggest that those angles don't line up. These are basic things, and I think that the idea,
his angle, he set up this
the angles in general, the angles of the roof. I've done it myself on things that didn't come from John Cullen. I've been highlighting this since the day this actually happened. And I got a lot of pushback on this, but again, I think it's very specific and clear. Let's look into it. We'll talk about it later. Derrick is here. Let's get to the important stuff that Derrick has to bring to the table.
He blocked
I'm
me,
going to break off in a second.
It is info.
I'm not taking anything from John Cullen, by the way.
I just like the frustration around the ear. I think that's it's such a crucial point, and it's only been 2 weeks, maybe 1 week and a half.
Yeah.
And we still don't know shit, and we probably never will.
I love it.
Right.
If anything, it was a remote squib. A micro remote squib. I said it was a mosquito. Actually, it was a mosquito came to kill him, and the shooter actually saved his life and shot him. He was a Republican. He shot the mosquito. He knew there was a hit coming from Iran. They have the best drones, right? Don't they? Iran's got the best drones, right? They got the fucking best.
Credible threat.
Incredible drones. And that thing was buzzing. He's like, I heard a mosquito. And it was the fucking shooter saving Donald Trump's life, but they don't give him credit.
The latest theory is a Kamala.
Funny, but I'm surprised someone hasn't said
that. Kamala Harris can't orchestrate a full sentence. There's no fucking way. I refuse. Oh man,
she can put the Venn diagram together and figure out what was in the past and how to learn it in the future.
Seems like everybody forgot she's basically a cop and spent her life locking people up and
well, that's one of their
bitch ass stepmom cop. That's right.
That's one of their
mom cop.
It's one of their talking points now, though, is that they're running a tough prosecutor against a felon.
Have you guys seen that mosaic going around where somebody made a mosaic of her using images of all the people? I think I think they're all black men who have been arrested and refused something like not allowed to be out. It's I forget the basically people are held unjustly in prison, and every one of them adds up to that picture of her. I think that's hilarious. It counters her entire narrative about what she is.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to bring out the "I'm with her" 2016 shirts with crossed out 16 and put 24.
Like the Fraggle at the Trump rally who got interviewed saying he saw Buddy on the roof with the freaking troll hair.
Oh,
His visor said Trump 2020 and the zero was crossed out and with a Sharpie had written in a 4 next to it.
Was it? I didn't see that little detail. I was like, it's a visor wig thing that he's wearing for sure. He was still in party mode.
He just scribbled out the freaking zero, drew in
I'm surprised he didn't have a fucking Bud Light in his hand, and he was like, "Oh, dude, like it was crazy."
Well, we don't know what kind of beer it was because the beer koozie was Trump's.
Did he have one?
He had a beer koozie, and on the koozie was Trump's mugshot. I would guess because
I was really fixated on that visor.
I would guess because they're in Pennsylvania, he had a liney. Yes, he had a Leinenkugel in there. That would be my guess because he's homemade, dude. He's down home. But yeah, dude, the beer koozie was Trump's mugshot that wanted.
Have you seen this biker? Have you seen this biker's testimony?
I think so. I think I saw that clip.
Dude, I haven't listened to it because just his look. Look, I ride, dude. But his look is so fucking like ridiculous. Like he looks like a biker version of the JFK guy that stands behind Trump, kind of.
Okay.
Like he's a parody, is what he is here.
Yeah, he's a caricature.
Switch up. I gotta switch screens real quick.
While you're grabbing that, more breaking news that Disclose just said Biden to address the nation tomorrow. So there you go. If that happens, it'd be interesting to see the conversation about how he's dead or whatever go away. Loomer saying confirmed he's dead. We'll see how that turns out for her. Everyone ignores it and pretends he. But what's interesting is
I think it's been confirmed
he might come out saying that he's stepping
time
down too, which would be interesting.
This is Bikers for Trump. This guy was at the rally. He just looks so like
Hi, everybody.
A parody.
This is Sergeant at Arms, Bikers for Trump.
I just dropped out, didn't I?
Very important happened yesterday. We all know about it. But I want to share it with you, get this to the right people. That rally yesterday in Butler, Pennsylvania, it's about 40 minutes from me.
John Collins' brother.
Motorcycle. You got there. Away.
I can't hear it.
Hot. So I decided not to do that. I cut down a side street, saw a lady, asked her if I could park my bike in her yard. She said yes. And she told me how to get into the rally a back way. So me and my girlfriend followed her directions, went up to an end of a cul-de-sac, went down a dirt road into the woods to a 6-foot fence that was surrounding a big field that was a part of the venue. We climbed over the 6-foot fence, walked past some people, under a yellow police tape, and walked right by that building where the shooter was. I could have got on that building. I'm a supporter, but if I was a hater, I could have got on that building. I could have brought anything in there. We could have brought anything in there. I saw police. They saw us. They never stopped us. I'm very concerned about this. There was either a extreme lack of ability on the part of the Secret Service and the police to do their job, or something's going on here. I'm making this video so I can get this message out to the right people.
Yeah, John. There you go, John Collins' brother. Yeah, he says he jumped a 6-foot fence with. You're muted. With a 6-foot fence with his girlfriend, could get anything he wanted in there. They're telling you on TV they gave the guy all the time he needed.
Yeah.
Now, was there two? Because the guy on the edge of the roof wasn't the guy in the middle of the roof.
I don't know what that. I'm not saying that. But what I think is interesting to point out though is that based on
why'd they show us the guy on the edge of the roof?
Based on what they've now said, that wasn't in the security zone, which we already knew, right? That was early reported. So it wouldn't be that shocking to see that people, but that alone to me is
now,
anomalous. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Look up, they got off the roof because it was hot. That came out this morning. They were on that roof. The counter team, there was a counter team on that roof.
That's what the Secret Service issued a statement. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That said,
it was too hot.
After the fact, hey, it was we didn't want them in their nice black uniforms to get super sweaty.
So I don't know. It was. I mean, it was supposedly secured at one point. I mean, was it secured when
they put them
Mark
in
Collin
the exact
walked
building?
By
They put them in the exact building that the alleged shooter climbed on and was stumbling around on.
No, this window is where supposedly they were. The video I showed out the window, supposedly they were in there. They were on the second floor in that building. He was on the building directly in front of him. Someone's radioing, hey, someone's on the roof. And they're like looking out the window. They're like, I don't see him.
Must be that guy.
That guy, they're like, hey, dude, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. And they're like, nah, he's not doing nothing. It's fine. It's fucking hot out there. And then we're like, oh, shit, we should do something about that now. I mean, they keep telling us over and over. They gave him like an hour. They let him fly a drone. They let him carry a ladder for a fucking mile. You know, they let him take the bullets out of the box and load them into the magazines. You know, fucking climb up onto the thing, climb over to where he needed to climb, and fucking even gave him 20 minutes to line up the shot. They keep telling us this on TV over and over and over. Like,
well, it's on the TV. It must be true.
It, the people who in it, the fucking news keeps saying it. 3 weeks ago, they said, "Hey, use SEAL Team 6 to take out Trump because the Supreme Court said it's totally okay. It's totally okay to do." Yeah, well,
I'm gonna have to jump off here soon, guys. I got to get ready for the spaces, but yeah, it's the whole thing is obviously rife with misinformation and lies, right? So I think it behooves us to not. Like, so if the Secret Service came out and said something in the beginning that was, well, the roof was a little slanted, so we went somewhere else, then why we would trust the next thing they come out and say, it's like, I think the whole thing is a level of cover up versus covering your ass. And
well, I believe they let him do what they
hard to know where to
wanted.
place it. It's hard to know where to place it because at this point, what we're seeing is manipulation within the congressional hearing, where it's ridiculous how everybody left or right are trying to use this for their own benefit. So it wouldn't surprise me if you want to be clear, I think that she's lying. I think that she's caught and it's a cover up. I don't know if it's about involvement or covering her ass, but you could argue that her coming into this, knowing how that's going to go, she's a part of it. She knows they're all going to throw her under the bus to benefit themselves. Maybe, I mean, to a degree,
her using encryption.
To a degree, I think it's interesting that she was resistant to say anything like, I'm going to wait for the report, But it's just hard to read. I think it's so quick. Assumption plays such a huge factor in all this stuff from partisan sides of it.
And then her using the encryption service, and then you find out this dude was using 3 encryption services, and his phone is pinging to down the street from, or it was pinging at the fucking FBI office.
Well, first they said it was somebody was reporting that it was biometric data that they got that, able to confirm, but then it came out that it was encryption they used to break the, so it's like, we jump from one narrative and assumption in this partisan conversation to the next, and it's just, I think we all can see that. You got to be careful.
Funny, they say, he was using 3 encryption things. There was an encryption pinging at the FBI. Then yesterday she's like, yeah, I use an encryption service to talk to colleagues. And they're like, what the fuck are you using that for?
Well, Secret Service,
like these things that just kind of just go with each other, right? Now that's a Hillary situation.
You would kind of expect the director of the Secret Service to have an encrypted phone, though.
Their specific encrypted phone. I bet their phones are already like, that's like their thing.
They don't. I don't know. From what I understand,
you think they just hand them like a new Samsung and say, like, make sure.
I think a lot of those guys are still on.
My wife has to download a special app on all of her devices to lock her devices to make sure they can't get into them. She don't even work for the government, so like, her shit has to have a specific thing, so they cannot get into it.
It's
our networks and everything based off her company.
I would imagine that you would still need to go through an encryption service, and then it would also be up to the discretion of whoever has the government issued encrypted phone as to whether or not they want to add more on top of that. You know what I mean? Because why would if you're in that position, you already know that you're still getting spied on. You're just gonna trust that the NSA handed you a phone that they're not going to
cooperation and conspiracy to fucking whack a guy for a fucking photo shoot.
There you go. So I mean, it is a logical extension to assume that you could, at your discretion, add more encryption on top of that.
Yeah, well, it sounded like the dude asking the questions. That's not how that works. That's why he was asking that.
don't forget that the Congress people, a lot of what was being presented by Congress as fact that she didn't respond to was not fact.
Yeah,
like remember that. Like that's just constant in these things. And I think she just was very stoic and just didn't respond to a lot of it. But I was pointing it out. Well, they said that's not true. Like this presenting these, and this one guy read off like 14 different headlines, half of which were ridiculous. Like, and it's just these people are, in my opinion, less informed than most Americans half the time.
Grandstanding Muppets. Ryan, we love the hell out of you. Thanks for making T-Lav Tuesday extra T-Lavy. What do you have going on today?
I've got a Spaces that someone set up to talk about this, the shooting and the conversation therein. I'm going to be, what was it? I think I'm doing a show today no matter what. I've been distracted. I can't get this stuff out lately. So today I'm going to have to break down, which will probably be a fucking 16-hour show for all I know. How much stuff that I'm going to jam in here from 3 days, but we'll see. So that's the plan.
Cool. And publish my article.
Yeah, that's right. Is it ready now?
It's almost done. As soon as I get it here, I'll be finishing it.
Nice. Well, you know how that goes. If it happens on the tail end of the day, it might be tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But it's an important one, so we'll get into that later. But yeah.
Well, tell them about your Bethany, that article, that discussion, Derrick, because that's such an important conversation, and with all that's going on, it's getting buried. There's so much distraction and.
Well, I want to have that conversation with Derrick anyway because I was adopted through Bethany Christian Services, and I went to Bethany Christian preschool before they stuck me in the gate program.
Yeah. This last one that he wrote is pretty. It's amazing how many people are on the record just straight up saying, whether it goes to the level of like Epstein level stuff or just the fact that they're being lied to and their children are being kind of like coercively removed from their care. It's fucking crazy, man. And I guarantee it overlaps with a lot of darker things, but I'll leave that for you guys to discuss. I'll see you next Tuesday, guys.
All right, brother.
Have a good one.
Ryan
I just noticed this is named Wedding Cake of Psyops.
Yeah. You're welcome.
It's true. It's a massive fucking layer and layer.
Derrick, I really appreciate that you put the name, the Great Inversion to it, but you're one of the few people who's legitimately noticed what's being formed up here and how it's being formed up. And I was hoping we could get into some of that too.
Yeah, I'm all about that, man. I definitely would prefer to speak to that. I mean, obviously, I'm happy to talk about my latest piece on Bethany, which really isn't about Bethany. I kind of now expanding further, looking at the international scene, which is even worse. But yeah, the Great Inversion is definitely something that I've been dropping that phrase out there in my content for about a year, but I finally decided all right, I need to put this into writing and kind of help summarize it for people if I'm going to keep using the phrase. And I can't claim that I came up with it or anything. I heard it from, as I mentioned in my piece at theconsciousresistance.com, from this content creator. She's actually like a Christian content creator. And I don't think many people even know about her because she doesn't do interviews. She is just kind of in her own world. Her name's she goes by probably Alexandra. And she mainly focuses on looking at the world from a Christian perspective, but very much not a mainstream Christian perspective. Somebody who's like questioning the narratives and obviously questioning Trump as the chosen one and questioning Elon Musk. And so it was her that I first heard that term, the Great Inversion. I've only heard one or two other people use it. And then I started relating it, as I do in that piece there, to older stuff, looking back at like Rudolf Steiner and his discussion on what he calls Lucifer and Ahriman and just that whole kind of, so it's a little bit more esoteric in terms of discussing what's going on. But I think at the end of the day, it's just the same old bringing people back into the left-right paradigm. It's just like this side's so bad, the left in the US is so bad and obviously atrocious in a number of ways, and clearly everybody can see that. And then of course for us in our simple human thinking, some people just fall into the thinking of, okay, well, if that side's so bad and this side seems to be talking shit to those people, then clearly it's these people who are the heroes that I should fall for. And it's just more of that back and forth that we keep witnessing. But I do think that it's taken to another level. I mean, obviously you guys were just talking about the Trump shooting thing there. I definitely believe that this is, whoever was behind it, truly, that it's all about building this mythology up around Donald Trump and continuing that kind of hero worship, that cult following around him, to just bring us further into chaos. So then eventually we can get to that old order these crazy people have been talking about for so long.
Yeah, this is shit that we've talked about quite a bit on the show, and it's seemingly obvious to me, at least, that the buildup of Trump as a Christ-like figure, to deliver unto the people whatever sort of, what they call it, the Great Awakening. That was the Q thing. Deliver that, bring that to people. The rabbis gave them the silver crown. Chris points out that they did it on a day where they're technically not supposed to work, but they got special permission to give them
to be not doing shit that day.
Yeah. But they got special permission so that they could give Trump the silver crown of Israel. And now they've basically, with the assassination attempt, locked in the mythology around him. And the craziest thing about it is that Trump just delivered a boilerplate Republican agenda while he was president. He checked off a bunch of like Paul Ryan's wish list boxes. I was saying this earlier, he's an effective global manager. He's a good global partner in terms of all of the digital infrastructure that needs to be put in place to get Agenda 2030 fully functional.
Absolutely. I mean, the first piece I wrote on Trump was back in 2016, right when he had been elected. So this was shortly after November. I think it was December 2016, right before he came into office. And at that time, I was kind of had this big vision. The article is called "The Establishment's Plan to Divide: Fake News, Russia, and Donald Trump." And it was looking at how that meme was already being used. Trump was the one like, oh, they're fake news. And people were embracing it. But very quickly, we saw the fake news meme turn around and being aimed at us and the independent media, being labeled Russian. And people, that was like the beginning of, you guys may remember there was this list by an organization called Prop or Not, and they had Corbett, they had Activist Post, they had so many other websites labeled, claiming that we were, connected to the Russians in one way or another. And this was like everybody I was working with at the time. So then the demonetization starts and stuff. And right away I could see, I was like, okay, he's playing a certain role. At that time, I was calling him the Great Divider, the Great Deceiver. And I think it still fits, because I think that's part of his allure, is he triggers the heck out of the leftists. And then, he says a few things to make those on the right, or whatever they consider themselves, following Trump. He throws them a bone about a couple of things, and they're like, yeah, this is going on. And I mean, I've also seen, just since the shooting, a lot of these people pulling back their QAnon screenshots and saying like, look, see, this proves this thing from back then. And, Q said there would be the shot heard around the world, and this would lead to a week of this and an awakening. And so they're still kind of latching onto that. And maybe even some people more so who thought it was over, like now, like, wait, maybe this means Q is still happening. I just see more of these, this false awakening. Yeah. So that's kind of what the Great Inversion is, that we clearly have one side, which again, like in Steiner's terms, it would be like, Luciferian, like false light, a false awakening. And then there's this other clear darkness. And so you think that there's this kind of, they're polar opposites, but in reality, they're on the same plane. One is, here, one is here, but ultimately they're still on the same plane. And the truth, the real freedom, the real liberty is above and beyond either one of these false heroes or false dichotomies that are being presented to us. And not falling for the trap that, again, I mean, I've already heard it a few times. This is the most important election of our lifetime since last 4 years ago, and the 4 years before that, and just the same old, talking points. And I do think, though, we are witnessing something unprecedented in terms of using Trump in this way. Obviously, assassination attempt. We haven't seen this since Reagan, and then Biden dropping out and disappearing and all this stuff. Like it's. To me, it's also part of the effort to keep everybody watching this season of America. Like, it's like, oh, look, will he, won't he? Is he going to run? Is he going to step aside? No, I guess he's not. And, oh my God, the hero was almost assassinated. It's like a perfectly crafted storyline to keep not only the mainstreamers, but I think also, I mean, look, you guys have seen the same timelines and feeds I have on Twitter, that all these people who maybe were more skeptical of Trump are now like, I'm all in Trump. Mark Zuckerberg calling him a badass, Elon endorsing him right away, like all these different people. And then, of course, his VP pick, like connected to Thiel and all that stuff. So it's clear that he's not going to represent anything new, anything different. People are like, well, that was his first term. He made a bunch of mistakes. Now he's figured it all out. He's going to put Jamie Dimon in his treasury. He's figured it out. And,
have you heard? Have you heard this rumor that inside the Trump camp, they're regretting Vance?
I hadn't heard that, but I mean,
I seen
I
a
wouldn't be.
report on that this morning that they're regretting Vance. His Mountain Dew jokes fucking suck, and he sucks, you know. And with Biden gone, now Trump is this old man.
He's the old man now.
The old bratty Camilla. Oh shit, you can't say her name wrong. It's racist. I forgot. They told us that. They lectured us last night. I think Jen Psaki lectured everybody on that last night.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just more that same left-right paradigm stuff that, and it's got, you know, some new faces, new flavors. And like with Vance, they're hoping that I've already seen the Trump supporting media saying like he's going to be the one to carry on the MAGA legacy once Trump retires. And, you know, it's like they're trying to set the stage for just continuing it. And whether it's Kamala, whether it's Trump, and me and a couple of my buddies still got some money on this sort of come behind out of nowhere RFK Jr. victory. It doesn't matter to me. I don't trust any of it. I think anybody that they put up there as some hero that is going to come fix the day and fight against the deep state and stop the Great Reset. I mean, none of them are substantially opposing that. I mean, RFK does his best to, you know, pay lip service to that, but of course he's still a Zionist. Where Trump, he can't even, you know, Trump just mumbles and rambles. He's not inspiring in any way, at least not to me. When I hear him, like, he doesn't have like for example, at the debate, they asked Trump about the climate agenda, and that's like a perfect opportunity for him to say, hey, we oppose Agenda 2030. We're going to stand against the Great Reset. And he just like rambles on. Oh, we had the best environment during my time. We had the best numbers, and I just want clean air and clean water. Just like, you know, random.
Like
just
when
basic
you ask
shit, like,
about God, like, oh yeah, I love God. Is a God? It's God. Yeah, God. He's great. He's awesome.
We got the best God. We got the best God there.
That clip with Jesse Waters. He did the interview with Jesse Waters that came out last night, I think. And he goes, it was God. Or he goes, it was very lucky. It was God. You know, he turned and looked directly in the cave. I think it was more God, though. More God. Just the way he said it and shit is so disingenuous.
And to me, that's part of the Great Inversion too, as well. Like, again, this to people who, if they didn't already, I mean, think about it. People have called him Emperor Trump. People like some of these people already look at him as like some kind of godlike figure. You've seen the memes and the graphics. Well, that's even, and now that's like gone to 1,000 of like Trump with a halo around his head, Trump with the ray of light from God protecting him. And people literally believe in that. And anybody who knows Trump's history or just listens to him talk and his behavior, you don't even have to be a crazy, rabid left-winger with Trump derangement syndrome. The guy is not a man of God, of any kind of God, of any spiritual tradition. I don't think he's ever played that aspect up. Of course, now he is playing it up. And I think that, of course, there's this evangelical base that, sure, at the end of the day, they'll choose Trump over Biden. But many of those hardcore evangelical Christians have not been Trump supporters because they don't like the thing. They don't like the way he speaks. They don't like his affairs or things like that. And this, to me, though, brings it back into them, where those people who were like, well, literally, I mean, God just protected him and prevented him from being assassinated. God must not, and there's that whole prophecy or whatever you want to call it from a few months before, where the guy was claiming, he saw a vision of Trump being almost assassinated, and it's because God isn't done with America yet, and because there's still this great awakening. And like that, to me, is the language. This is the language of the Great Inversion, of deceiving people. And I mean, I'll name it. I mean, I see Russell Brand, I see Luke Rukowski, I see obviously Zuckerberg, Musk, all these other big content creators, and including those on Rumble, who are now falling in line. And maybe that was the plan all along for some of them. They were going to go that way one way or the other. But I mean, I've just been getting sick of, for quite some time now, guys, like seeing how many people in the so-called independent alternative media who are, I think they go easy on Trump, and not to say, of course, that everything that he's been accused of is legitimate, or everything that the left talks about is legitimate, but there are actual, there's actual pieces of evidence, as well as his own words, showing that this guy is an authoritarian in waiting. Like, I don't have any issues with saying
the
that.
red flag law.
I mean, the red flag laws, you have mountains of evidence, but of course, and I've been spending way too much time debating these folks the last week or so since the assassination attempt. But I mean, it's the same old thing. No matter what we say, no matter what piece of evidence, no matter what clips you have of Trump's own words, they either will deny it, they won't even bother reading it, they won't even bother looking at it, or they just come back with these super low-level, lowbrow responses of like, oh, so what, you like Biden? Oh, go ahead and keep supporting the Democratic Party. Or lately I've had people asking me, Why, where's your post on Biden? Let me know when you're calling out Biden. The difference is that there's no cult following behind Biden and Kamala Harris. The only people who are even going that way are because they hate Trump. Like, so there's a difference between
anybody
people
but
who are
Trumpers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's a difference between people who will support Trump regardless of what he does. They're going to follow him to the end of the road, and even if that means right into the FEMA camp. And then the other people who just hate him because they've been told to hate him, and they're voting for whoever is there. They don't give a shit who. They've already said, like, I don't care if Joe Biden's barely standing. I'm voting for him if it means defeating Trump. Like, that's their focus. There's a big difference between that, and nobody's blindly following Kamala around, blindly following Biden around in the way
they're going
to
try to get
Trump.
that to. How they're going to try to get that to work and get it to visually be accepted by people, that people are actually following Kamala. Because right now they're saying what she raised like $200 million. She's got everybody's backing. They're saying there's this shifted movement. David Hogg's pleading with Taylor Swift to start campaigning for Kamala. Literally Psychon. I heard. Said, hey, we're going to use Taylor Swift as an example. I'm using her as Taylor Swift is what she said, if we're fair. And she'd be a big influence. And people are like, the CIA's like, we didn't say that. And they're like, you did right there. And you put it under kids in YouTube. So we couldn't find the fucking thing. And now David Hogg is pleading with Taylor Swift. I bet there's others. If we look up Taylor Swift.
I saw Beyonce gave them permission to use her song Freedom now. So Kamala can use Beyonce's song Freedom.
This fucking bitch.
In case you were worried about it, she got permission. It's good to go. It's going to be at all the rallies in case you were scared. Beyonce's behind.
She's a bitch.
Yeah, it's all a show to me, man.
She's such a fake, phony. They all are.
Well, and one other thing I want to mention, guys, this is something that I'm organizing. I should have mentioned when Ryan was on there, but I'll just go ahead and share it here. I kind of started tweeting about it this morning, but in about a week and a half, we're going to be recording a collective conversation. It's going to be me, James Corbett, Whitney Webb, Ryan, Dan Dix of Press for Truth, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media, and Aaron and Melissa of Truth Stream Media, who collectively, we've been in the independent media, probably have 80 years between us. Dan, James, they've been doing this since 2006. Aaron and Melissa come from InfoWars back in the day, and they left once they realized Alex was garbage. And we're coming together for just a big dialogue. We sort of did something similar years ago on Elon Musk, but not necessarily to just like, let's dissect the minutia of the assassination attempt, but more to try to rally and counter what I was just discussing and all these quote unquote alternative, or what David Icke calls the mainstream alternative media, who are now pushing Trump, trying to counter that with each of us coming collectively to point out and really to hopefully try to steer some people away from falling back into the false left-right paradigm again. Because of course the election season is always a time where that happens, in between years. Like during COVID, people are like, yeah, fuck the government. Like we need to, come up with solutions and think. Now everybody's like, all right, it's time to vote again. Let's forget about all that. We'll just put all our hopes back into these people and assume it's going to fix things somehow. Yeah, exactly. So we're trying. I mean, I'm personally taking this as like, it's insane, it's hilarious and sad to watch at the same time. But I also do think this is such a crucial moment that people are either about to get sucked back into the Trump train and endorse and support and make excuses for whatever the heck comes after that, or potentially maybe we can prevent some people from going down that. It doesn't mean, vote Biden. In my view, it means stop participating, stop paying attention to the clown show as much as possible, or at the very least, plant some seeds of doubt and skepticism into these people's minds who are going Trump's direction, because I really do think this is the false awakening. There's so many people, and I said this before when Trump was in office, I was hopeful that he would be gone and we wouldn't have to deal with this dude for the rest of our freaking lives, but he's going to be alive for at least another 10 years, so we'll probably deal with him until then. But that there are going to be people now, when you look, I think he could live 10 years. If you think about this, like historically, though, looking back at our time, right? Imagine in 15, 20 years, right? We're all retired, and then the new crop of conspiracy researchers who are going to look back at this time. And if Trump and his whole false awakening has their way, there are going to be people who look back on this time and say, and then our hero Trump got into office and he defeated the deep state. And like, they're going to have this completely twisted view, alternative reality of how things really are. And hopefully that's not the majority. Hopefully by that point or whatever, even just this year, the majority of truthers, freedom seekers, whatever you want to say, journalists are actually seeing things for what they are. Because I see Glenn Greenwald, I see so many others going soft on Trump, making excuses, and in some cases calling out the double standard and the bullshit where it needs to be. But still, at the same time, I think they're going a little bit soft on Trump. And to me, this is again part of this great inversion. You get a corporate media that attacks Trump for all kinds of garbage reasons, Russiagate and things that are provably false, and occasionally for real things that he should be called out for. But what happens, the result was that so many people, if they had any faith in corporate media, they stopped having faith, and then people just tuned it out. So then you get the Trumpers who, when there are reports of real things Trump has done and real, examples of his authoritarianism and his anti-liberty actions, they just tune it out. They're like, whatever, that's just more corporate media, Democrat, left-wing garbage, whatever. And they're just now in this bubble, this silo, often on Rumble, of people who just reinforce how great Trump is. And so they can't even crack out of that pro-Trump bubble. And most of the time they don't want to. And then the other side is, of course, the extreme where Trump is, the devil and everything, responsible for everything. These silos have been created on purpose. Of course, this is the 5th generation warfare, keeping us trapped in different bubbles, deceiving us through social media, deceiving us through live events that we see in front of our eyes that we can't even trust. I think that's the real danger here, is that people who claim or believe they like liberty and want freedom and want, to build a better world are stuck in one of those false dichotomies. And one of them is, hey, Trump is the hero here to save us. This is the real great awakening. Anybody who opposes that must not want freedom, must not really care about awakening. You must be an agent for the Democrats or for Joe Biden. And it's just like, I woke up in 2009. I thought this was over. I thought we all realized the left paradigm was garbage, but apparently not.
They should just hand out at the elections, sheet that just has like a red square and a blue square, because that's what it is. I used to text my buddy randomly and be like, "What's it like just being a voter? You don't even support it. Like, what? I mean, and they'd be like, hey, you drink the Kool-Aid," and it's like, that's metaphorical. You actually injected the Kool-Aid. That's crazy. It was Trump's Kool-Aid that you injected. What the fuck is going on here? Like, make up your fucking mind. Like, I'll go into these lefties and be like, hey, isn't it crazy that Kamala built her career off the back of Biden's crime bill? And they'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, and then Trump signed the first Stepped Act. Yeah. Like, isn't that weird? And then they'd be like, oh, you fucking mega retard this. And I'm not like mega anything. I'm just pointing out, hey, here's the thing that he's able to use. Here's the thing that he did that they didn't, and it's very inverted. That's like the red flag law, right? They don't even know that he signed that red flag law. When you tell them that,
news, bro. It's fake news.
When you tell the left, you're like, dude, he fucking said to take your guns away and then ask questions later, homie. And that's like what you want, dude. That's like your guy. Like, what are you talking about?
Legislation Trump ever signed was for red flag laws and the bump stock ban. Remember that? He did. That was Trump too. And so the perception is not reality.
But telling the left that he's like fucking signing like policies that the left is like that's what they want, and that's your fucking guy, dude. When they started posting that he donated to Kamala, it's like he fucking told you he was a Democrat. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, man? Like,
what? Democrat. By Democrat.
What? Dude, Biden said when he was in the president-elect, they weren't even fucking like they hadn't even done the coup in the fucking Capitol yet or whatever the fuck, right? They sat there and said, when the time comes, I'll just fake a disease and get out of here. Like, they fucking told you right on they told you right to your fucking face. We say they got to do a revelation of the method. They're fucking telling us right to our face.
Yeah.
They're telling us they gave that guy 20 minutes to set his shot up and he fucked it up. And now we got to blame it on this fucking Melissa McCarthy bitch. It's fucking crazy.
You mentioned him voting for, or sending money to Kamala, and it's interesting because I think that's a big part that many of his supporters ignore. probably on purpose, is that he was pretty much a lifelong Democrat. But actually, Trump has mentioned it. I think he mentioned it even at his RNC speech, and I've heard him mention it 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks. Well, he'll sort of allude to, he was like, well, I was on the other side at one point. And I don't think his followers really understand what he's referring to, but he's meaning that, like, he's been donating to them and supporting Democrats way before he decided to come down the golden elevator and claim himself a Republican. And yeah, I mean, it's just, to me,
Donnie Jr. was on CNN the other night about the Republican convention, and they were like, it's nice to see CNN, I believe it was one of the networks that hates Trump, that just happened to be at the assassination when they never cover his fucking shit. That's weird, right? But like they they said it's nice to see that the Republican convention is more centered now. Is that something your father was planning, to be more center of the line than far leaning right? And he's like, oh yeah, right what we're doing. And it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Their attempts to appeal are just so sad. Like having Amber Rose, having like, it's funny because I think they're trying to show that, hey, they're more diverse, they're more open. This is a new Republican Party. So they had like a woman doing a Sikh prayer and stuff like that. And I see these responses from the Christians like, this is some pagan garbage. What is this satanic? It's like, they don't even know anything. They don't know what it is.
Nick Fuentes has been bashing Trump, right? And then Trump almost gets shot. Praise Trump, and then the RNC thing on, he's like, fuck Trump again, fuck these guys. It's like this back and forth fucking flip flopping. They're all retards.
Yeah, I think it's to me personally, it's like all these people are really just, they're figureheads, so I mean, I joined the conversation when you guys are discussing, dissecting the Trump assassination attempt, and I was kind of joking, it's like, we're never going to know the truth. I don't mean to diminish it or demean it, because I've written an article already dissecting myself as well, but I just think that besides, let's get to the truth of it when we can. Ultimately, as I think everybody here listening knows, these people are just figureheads. They're just representations of the real power, and so it's like they want us fighting about the shadows on the cave wall instead of looking outside of the cave and saying who's doing the puppeting of of these shadows that we're witnessing, that we're fighting over, whether it's Kamala, Trump. And then even the same thing, I've got friends over in the UK, they just had their elections, and as I said a few moments ago, so many of those people, they woke up because they had a lot of tyranny worse than the US during COVID, and they had people standing up, millions of people marching in the streets. But what happened? Now everybody's just ready to go back to vote, right? And the person they wanted, or the people they wanted, the Conservative Party, they lost, and now you got some WEF supporting people in power. My hope is that at the very least, people who are going from like freedom, okay, vote, that they get disappointed. It's like, I don't want things to get worse in the sense of harming people, but at the same time, from my perspective, it just seems like, I don't know if it's just humanity's fate. Like, things aren't going to get better until they get worse. Like when COVID happened, people started waking up because of how strong the tyranny was in their faces. And now it seems like people have just kind of, things are comfortable again. So let's just go vote. Let's not worry about it.
I feel like we're in our last chance to get off this runaway train, man.
It's not even that things are comfortable again, Derrick. It's that they've been given the idea, the false idea, that there is somehow they get redeemed through Trump's election. That's where it's in most of the content creators that you're talking about. Okay, so I think that most of them are what I referred to as controlled opportunists. I don't know if we've had this conversation before or not, but they would be behaving this way even if it wasn't Trump, because the opportunity to capitalize on it is so fucking easy. I've said this like before, the progressives are the most gullible people on the planet, but there's so close to second place are the people who think that Jesus Christ himself hand delivered Donald Trump to us to protect this great country. Long may she wave, or whatever, it's fucking
they're pretty close. Like you said, they're pretty close in competition. And that's that to me, again, like just to bring it back to that great inversion, is these sides are actually way more closer than they realize. I think we've been seeing that recently with what is it, libs of TikTok and other people going on like a cancel culture spree, trying to get everybody fired for saying mean things about Trump. At the end of the day, the left and the right are a lot closer than they appear and than they want to believe. And this is why I think ultimately give either one of them power, and they will use authoritarian tactics. It might come in different ways on different issues, but at the end of the day, of course, we know they support war, they support Zionism. They're a lot more similar than they want to support. And the blind followers, as you said, it doesn't even have to be Trump. It can be anybody. But I think that goes back to people identifying with government, people identifying with these people, which is part of the psychological manipulation, right? I hear this most often when people say, oh, we bombed this country. And it's like, I didn't bomb anybody. Did you bomb them? I don't think we did it. I think these psychopaths who stole your money and told you it was, to do good things are taking it, whether you like it or not, and sending billions of dollars to go drop bombs, right? It's like this identification with the government or with the candidate or with the president. They want you to feel that way because if you, like you said, Steve, if you feel attached to that person, then you feel the need to defend them. And I find that so crazy when I'll post something about Elon and all these people jump on, they're like, oh, how dare you? I'm like, do you know this guy personally? Why do you take it so personal? Like, why are you personally offended by this? Is a future friend?
He gave me free speech on Twitter and I love him and he loves Donald Trump. He's giving him $45 million a month while he builds our digital prison, and I love my digital prison. I mean, that's really what it is. It's fucking frustrating. It is. I'm really glad that Whitney got to go on a couple of big shows and burst their bubbles about who Trump and JD Vance are and who they're working for and who Elon Musk is and who Peter Thiel is. And it's like, oh, dude. I think you talked about
Whitney talk to Jimmy Dore because Jimmy was like, I don't know if you saw the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing, but there was just one section where Jimmy brought up Whitney's tweet, like many of us saying like, hey, mainstream alternative media, these people are afraid to call out the Peter Thiel connections and JD Vance, et cetera, CIA. And Jimmy's like, were you talking about me? And she's like, well, I didn't name any names. I was just saying, there's people out there, some of whom bring me on their shows and I'm grateful for, but they sure seem to have a soft spot for Trump. And it just seemed like Jimmy was personally offended by it.
He was 100% outing himself right there. That's some self-snitching is what it is. And look, rightly or wrongly, or not rightly or wrongly, but intentionally or otherwise, Jimmy's found himself right in the middle of that mainstream alternative media. And it's the easiest possible thing to get comfortable in when you're making fucking millions of dollars a year and you're and you're still getting stories out that are culturally relevant and you're still shit like that. Like it would be very, very difficult if you're on the inside like that to have an accurate assessment of what you're doing.
One of the things I'm trying to do, and actually it's happening this week. I don't know if Ryan mentioned this, but this week in Nashville, which is of course the area where Ryan and T-Lab are based, is this Bitcoin conference, one of the biggest Bitcoin conferences. And I'm going to be flying there tomorrow, as well as our friend Hakeem from the Above Phone.
The one in Nashville? Is it Nashville?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nashville. So the three of us are going to be going to there. We got some press passes, so we're going to be there as media. And Chris Pavlovsky, the head dude of Rumble, and Russell Brand are doing a panel together. So I'm going to try to interview Chris himself to ask him directly on the record, because I don't think anybody else has. Like, what was the deal with Peter Thiel's funding? Is there any strings attached? Are you feeding the user data to Palantir? Like, what is the deeper thing going on here? And at least just give him a chance to say whatever he'll say. Of course, he can lie if he wants, but just to put that on the record and to try to ask some questions to Brand if the chance is there, specifically to what I was saying earlier, that of course, Russell Brand's not even American, so it's funny. He came to the U.S. to do coverage of the RNC, and I'm guessing he's traveling the U.S. right now because he's going to be in Nashville. And just to try to put him on the spot about, like I said, this blind spot for Trump, this soft spot for Trump. And, I don't know if he's saying anything about, that fact that they're all Zionists and the bombing going on in Israel. I'm sure he's touching on it a little bit. But again, I can also see how they make it seem like the deep state is just going against Trump because he's the hero and he's trying to, trying to stop all this, pay no attention to him being bailed out by Rothschild bankers and Wilbur Ross, and pay no attention to Roy Cohn and, the J.D. Vance, Peter Thiel connection, all this stuff. So I feel like these people need to be put on the spot, because since they have such a huge platform, and in particular in the case of Russell Brand, it's a lot easier to drown us out. I mean, we don't have the hundreds of millions of followers that they do at the moment, and that makes it easy for them to just cast this loud message. And that is what a lot of people who are following the independent alternative media are hearing. And so if they're not critical thinkers who are like, I don't know, this doesn't line up with reality, and if they've already got like a kind of a psychological tendency to trust in Trump or to believe this narrative, they're going to follow right along with it. So, I mean, that's why I was saying earlier, I'm trying to organize this big group discussion and push it out through all of our channels and just do what I can by talking about the Great Inversion. I was happy to see that David Icke and some other people have been sharing the Great Inversion. I actually had somebody email me the other day. They translated it into German. So it is getting out there. More people are thinking about these ideas. And that's why I wrote it. I mean, because I'm just trying to do whatever I can to pull people from falling into the trap. And in one way, it's like, all right, I guess we got to do this again, right? In 6 months, 7, 8 months, if Trump wins, it'll become very clear right away that he's not what people thought he was, and people will make more excuses, and we'll see that. But I don't know if some people just need to be disappointed one more time. Like, there's like, oh, well, Bernie Sanders, oh, well, Trump, and then Obama. Like, I've only been doing this for 14 years. And I've seen people fall for Obama, then fall for him again, and then kind of wake up, and then, oh, wait, well, Trump's the
Bernie
white one.
Sanders, or fall for
Bernie Sanders.
There were people who went from being like a hardcore Bernie bro to a hardcore Q fucking Trump humper, like within a matter of months. That wasn't an uncommon arc.
Yeah. Or
dude, you're gonna watch like a Camilla cult
Biden
come out of Camilla. There's going to be a Camilla cult.
I don't think that's possible.
I do. People are retarded. Voters are retarded.
You're right.
They're retarded. Right. So like, there's going to be like, dude, I just seen a tweet from a pastor saying, Jesus didn't have children. It's like, I thought everybody was Jesus's children.
Right. Remember the K-Hive, Derrick? Remember that? The fucking Kamala cult? Yeah. So they're going to rehire all of the most petty gay men that they can possibly find, because that's more or less who the K-Hive was. The petty, wealthy gays.
What I hate about this is that it really is a team sports kind of thing, right? Because there will be people who, as I mentioned earlier, people who they're not excited about Kamala, they're not excited about Biden, whatever, but they're going to vote for anybody. As long as it's voters. Not Trump. But then those same people, though, will want to vote for Kamala just because they want to be a part of history. I helped elect the first mixed race woman to president. It's like that is a thing for people. I've seen that with people who like they don't really give a shit about what happens afterwards. They just want to be able to tell their children one day, I voted. I helped elect the first woman president to the U.S. Like that's why I might as
well give them a red card and a blue card, maybe, and then, or maybe make it like a ring toss. I don't know, make it fun for them when they stand in line for the whole time, like sheep, like cows, fucking leading the slaughter to put in I got friends and family that vote and stuff, try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they're all retarded. They're all retarded.
Yeah, I think that's kind of part of my motivation too, man, because I definitely have family members. I have a few family members who follow me on Facebook and some other places, and they don't really ever comment, but every now and then they'll like something. So I know they're kind of lurking back there. But I noticed a couple of my family members kind of commenting on my post about Trump the last week or so, asking the various questions that need to be asked and saying like, yeah, I saw him. He did get shot. I did see it. Yeah, there was blood all over his ear. It's like, oh God, no, these people that I love and care about are going to go in that direction. I can already see it happening. And so part of me writing the Great Inversion and continuing, trying to organize this upcoming call with all the different indie media is because, like all of us, I've got family and friends who are going to fall for the same trap and the same garbage again. And they might not be at the point where they're kind of steeped in the research enough to understand the Great Version and what I'm kind of proposing is actually going on here. They're just going to buy the wholesale mainstream narrative. Like, somebody hated Trump. He tried to kill Trump. The media is after Trump. He must be a good guy. He's telling me he's going to get rid of the immigration problem. He's saying he's going to stop this transgender, gender identity madness. He's saying all the right things. Oh, maybe he'll release JFK files. Maybe he'll release the Epstein files, but we don't want to offend or hurt anybody in that process. Oh, there's some weird things about his vice president, but still at the end of the day, he's better than that old guy. He's better than the cop. So I'll just go with that. And I'm trying to do whatever I can to bring a little bit of sanity. And I am grateful to say that the emails and the responses I've been getting to the Great Inversion seem like people are resonating with it. And, I've got comments like, hey, thanks for putting this into words. It's what I felt is going on. And that was really the reason behind that. And I got to get running in just a moment, brother, so I can get that article finished. But if anybody wants to find the Great Inversion piece, it's at theconsciousresistance.com.
Have you,
man.
Real quick with the Trump thing, I just seen this. Have you seen the blood squib or whatever blew up in the Secret Service's jacket?
I haven't seen that, no.
If you go right here.
Oh, I do see that. I see that. Holy shit. I hadn't seen
now
that.
Now, there's
before.
a clearer picture if I could get it, but there's
spot.
a hole. There's a hole. There's actually a hole.
I've seen the pictures with the hole, or claiming there was a hole or something.
Well, in this one, if it was more clear, this is actually a hole and a burn, and this is blood.
So what do you think? He forgot to wash his clothes, or that's a fake blood packet?
Well, I mean,
or did he get shot? Are you saying he got
hydraulic
shot?
lines being shot? What do you think about the hydraulic line being shot? Do you think that's like Kubrick level?
I don't know, man. I mean, I do think that if this was a stage thing, there would be Kubrick level kind of like machinations going on. But yeah, there's a lot of things that could go wrong that wouldn't make sense. And then of course there's the whole, there's a person allegedly dead. There's people who've shot. Like I said, I've asked a few questions in my articles, and I'm willing to continue to entertain them because we're going to hear about these questions for decades to come now, and people are still trying to solve what exactly happened. I think that little stain on the pocket there is interesting. My thought was originally is like, and it sounds so stupid and so like maybe too obvious, but I mean, Trump coming from a freaking wrestling background, we all know about blading with razor blades in the wrist and cutting somebody's ear. Like, to me, that's kind of where
they have micro squibs at this point. I mean, if it was anything, it'd be a micro, tiny squib. But just the way they covered him up, it wouldn't be that hard for when they're on top of him. Well, we showed that picture yesterday of is it this one? The famous picture down deep in the when it's showing him on the ground. Why the fuck can I find these right now?
He's praying or something.
Yeah, he's down there praying. I have the clip pulled up. I wanted to show of him and JD Vance of the whole God. Oh, this picture right here. But it looks like there's some sort of towel or something here. You see,
I saw somebody say that. Yeah, there's like a towel.
You see the thread
shoulder.
It's like a cheap towel. I don't know.
Terry cloth is what it looks like. It looks like a makeup towel. That's what and
we did point out his blood is very thick. They need to do a Dieter's test on it.
It's because of all that KFC and Diet Coke. It is.
Yeah. I mean, look how thick his blood is. It was already scabbed on his face. So that's what's really crazy. There's certain points for me that are like, what the hydraulic line blowing out and the photographer having his camera set at 8,000 plus frames per second. That type of stuff is like, I don't think they give a shit who's they got there. As long as it's a hardcore Zionist, they don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
As long as it's someone that's willing to push the fucking thing.
That's the lesson, right? We're going to lose no matter what. They got RFK. If they pull that storyline, then okay, they got a Zionist. If it's the Trump hero, Christian,
all Zionists. Now we have our first president with the first Jewish spouse, right? Because Doug me off.
The first husband.
Yeah, the first man.
The first fella.
The first feller. The first feller and the first stepkids. That's nice.
All right, brother. Nice. Well, Derrick, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. Everybody go to theconsciousresistance.com. Look forward to the conversation that you're going to have with Corbett and Whitney and Ryan and Dan and all those folks. That sounds like it'll be awesome. Remind everybody where the best place to go find your work is.
Yeah, theconsciousresistance.com is where all of my documentaries, my reports, and interviews are at. If anybody wants to check out the Pyramid of Power series, we're getting ready to release chapter 15 soon. You can go to thepyramidofpower.net. And yeah, appreciate you, brother. I'll be back soon to talk more. I know there's a lot more we can get into.
Heck yeah. Sounds good, man. Take care of yourself, brother.
Yeah, later, man.
Derrick Bros.
I don't know how
everybody.
Derrick isn't at the top with that. You know, he's got that beautiful hair. I believe it's
Yeah.
looks nicer than others.
Yeah, no, very handsome fella. Yeah, should have more eyes on his work for sure. I agree.
From when I hear, that's how some of these big influencers, they big on TikTok with the hair and shit. You know.
Yeah, well, if Derrick
Mustaches.
wasn't doing groundbreaking journalism and
Which is
necessary
press passes,
documentation,
fuck.
hey
Never
man,
thought about that shit.
we got a LLC up or something like that. But yeah, we can do that.
I've been all over that motherfucking shit, dude. I would have fucking been all over. I didn't even, that never even crossed my.
You tell Slim you'll scrape the grill.
Because when is it? This weekend?
It's this weekend, yeah.
I'll fucking, dude, if I can get press pass, I'll fucking go. I'll go fucking yeah, I'll do what I'll do.
In fact, let's
do this,
see.
that, there. Because Nashville's 8, I'll ride there. It'll be nice. Yeah, because I never fucking crossed my mind. Because Rantcast Network. So that's what my website is.
Yeah. Let's see.
But now, fuck, dude. We're gonna fucking get some press passes. Someone should have jumped on that $500 fucking airplane ticket.
We tried.
If I would have known the press pass thing, that would have gave sweet initiative for that. You know, like a damn.
Right? Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. A fucking press. I mean, like, yeah. I even have a fucking suit thing I could wear over, you know, like my fucking party time shirt or something.
Right?
You know, look professional. I used to wear one of those things on my show sometimes, you know.
I still need a party time shirt. I gotta wear it to the restaurant that the Pelosi's own in Marin. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I gotta get my fucking the person that printed my shit, they can't. The file's fucked up now. They can't. I don't have the fucking, it's a fucking. I've been meaning I gotta send this thing over to Ryan. See if maybe he can run it. Oh, let me show this clip of Trump and his absolute genuine love for Jesus saving his life.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be his absolute.
What the fuck? Did you just freeze? I think you froze. I feel like you froze. I don't have the bars. I went to click on something and everything went kind of dark. Well, more of the mannequin challenge, if you will. You bet. Was it me or was you?
That was me.
Okay.
Totally me.
Okay. It gets confusing because, like, I don't know if I have, you know, frozen or not frozen. You know?
I just let it
go. It's a joke.
Personally, TD, I think that it's not enough to refuse to vote. I think that you have to take a fucking welder and seal the doors on every fucking polling place.
Yeah, but the thing is then Camilla would just go and be like, ah, you know, and it's like one vote, and they're like, that's all we needed was, you know, we all get a vote too, you fucking idiots, you know. I mean, like, that it's we're yeah. I mean, I can't say it on the out loud.
Oh yeah, we're still live on YouTube, so we should, Derrick left it up. So we're still live on Derrick's YouTube channel. Yeah,
out loud. Like that, we're on the last chance to jump off this motherfucker. I believe
this T-shirt came from Odd Fellows Clothing. for a code.
Oh shit! I think he offered me some shirts. Fuck.
Oddfellows.
I get messages, in all different places, and I fucking forget. Like Telegram. Don't send me an actual message on Telegram because I'm not going to see it. Like the way the messaging thing is, it's just like the
it
way
just gets buried so fast.
Yeah, it's just fucking gone. Like it's only every once in a while I'll just see like a thing kind of, someone's face and it's like, whoa, they're not usually right there because I only follow in a couple groups. So I always miss them.
Here, let me drop the link to Oddfellows in the chats real quick, and then we'll pull the clip. Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, run that bean footage. We can play this whole clip, I guess. It's only 50 seconds. Or not. I didn't want to play the clip anyways. I was like, 50 seconds? That's fucking stupid. I mean, 50 seconds? I mean, why would we want it to play for 50 fucking seconds? That's dumb. Like, technology? We went to the fucking moon. That's like, why would I want it to work for fucking at least like 2 seconds? How about just give me 2 seconds? Okay, no 2 seconds. Anyways, he's pretty disingenuous about, being the whole God thing. Fucking
right.
Piece of shit. Fucking... I gotta get I gotta get a Mac. Apparently the Macs can handle this shit and pretty flawlessly. So if you're listening out there and you want to benefact a little Mac attack, go ahead and hit me up.
My kid just bought an Apple laptop with a 2-year warranty through Walmart for fucking like $550, and it was I think a 2019 or a 2021.
Okay,
so screaming deal on it, really, for what it is. And
it seems like it can handle the shit. Basically, let me bring this back up. I didn't have the sound on it. I'm bitching about technology. I don't even know how to run it. I've got it all fucked up. It's not like it's frustrating or flustering to try to fucking... Anyways, these guys, Trump... What the fuck just happened?
I am not sure.
It went to some weird fucking thing. I went to full screen and it was like Trump's age is at question now.
Really
shit.
Bad. Yeah, but it was a nasty one, and it was a nasty period. That was exactly 1 week ago from today, exactly. And when you think about it, it's that's been a lot of territory covered. Who would have thought this was going to be happening? But it happened, and I got very lucky. Or God. I think it was God, actually.
God. Ron Johnson,
Senator. God.
That chart. Who would have thought this was going to be happening? But it happened.
Looks like he's banded. He's got it on the front there.
Anyway,
Band-Aid Gate. We're in Band-Aid Gate right now. Luck of God. Luck of God. Was it luck of God? Luck of God. It's a toss-up, but right now it's definitely going to have to be God.
Okay, so I want to bring up just the crazy bullshit story that he told at the RNC. I have the transcript right here. Okay, read the transcript of Donald Trump's convention speech. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Kid Rock, sometimes referred to as Bob.
You can read the whole thing. It's like 90 minutes. Where's the thing? Where's the part?
Okay. So here we go.
Painful.
This is the yeah.
No, wait, it's way down there.
Tell us what happened, please. Blah blah blah. Behind me was the bit order to see the chart, big beautiful chart. Blah blah. I heard a loud whizzing sound, and something hit me really, really hard. Except for you didn't fall.
On my right ear, I said to myself, "Wow, what was that?"
It can only be a bullet. And I moved my hand to my right ear, brought it down. My hand was covered in blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. That based on video and photographic evidence, is fundamentally untrue.
Well, the guy doesn't bleed a lot, I bet, and a little bit of blood probably is like, holy shit, I'm mortal. Oh my god, he's like,
there was blood pouring everywhere, and yet in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that. Hey, now, let's see. He said they saw the blood, and there's an interesting statistic. The ears are the bloodiest part. If something happens with the ears, they bleed more than any other part of the body. Not necessarily true.
Was it? It's not either, because it's not. Is the up above where he said that he got shot behind the ear? That I knew immediately it was a sniper, then began pointing at him. You can see that if you look at the group behind me, that's just small.
Yeah, no, that's not the ear part. Blah, blah.
Thousands of people stood by. They didn't run. They stayed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Incredible. It was incredible. There was a shooting, and they stayed to make sure I was protected, like God says.
When I rose, surrounded by Secret Service, the crowd was confused.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. This is some of the shit. Worst actual storytelling.
It's 90 minutes, so I'm somewhere in there. He probably says he got hit in the back of the ear, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, thank you.
Incredible. Dude, 90 minutes. I did fall asleep a little bit. I think everybody did.
I mean, I totally tuned out. I did. There was I watched a little bit of it, and then I fucking was going back and forth with some other stuff.
It sucks with that stuff because going in and getting like the full live unbroken feeds of Trump shit, I gotta download 6-7 hours at a time. So I gotta download fucking what? One of them was 8 gigabytes, I think, just to get this fucking little which it's 5 minutes long. It shows that the shadow doesn't move. The shadow is a shadow, just like. I mean, that's what someone said. He what's it called? Free-based. Oh wait, that's Hunter. He fucking free fell. What do they do? Base jump.
Base jump. Yeah.
Free base is something with that's crack. That's Hunter's game.
Yeah, you're smoking cocaine.
Who knows? Maybe Hunter was high on crack and was on the tower.
You're a base head.
And now I just seen someone is claiming
base jumping.
Yeah. It sounds crazy, but it gets really extreme, pre-pump that hard, then jump off. That's what you could anyways. But now I just seen someone go, oh, he tried to blow up the tower, because there's a picture where you can see that van that they towed away.
Mm-hmm.
That they said he didn't drive. He drove a Sonata and a motorcycle Mark Cullen, I think, was on the motorcycle. We already broke that case.
Right.
If you're listening, Mark, we're on to you.
Mark. We see you, Mark.
There's been times where I've almost I had my sunglasses on. Little ode to Mark.
Yeah, I have those sunglasses too. John, it has my affinity towards cop shades has nothing to do with John Cullen. I've been rocking cop shades for my entire adult life.
I think you just any shade.
Ever see a picture of me in sunglasses? They're cop shades.
Shades are right now, but
yeah.
Oli put a
I don't think he's
video
pretending, Mark. I don't think he's pretending at all. I think RFK Jr. is very, very much a true believer in the Greater Israel Project, and that may be because he understands that his longevity is tied to it. That may be because, but I do think that he's sincere in his support for a genocidal group of inbred murder
You're saying the Joe Biden, this comes from Dom, but the Joe Biden thing, they played it through an AI sensor.
Oh, the phone call?
Yeah, and
the Kamala?
Yeah, they call the Kamala Harris. You know, if you say her name wrong, they're going to put you in prison. So,
I mean, dude, they already call us racist all day, every day.
Dude, that's literally Joy. Was it Joy Reid or Jen Psaki? One of those fucking mouthpieces. They were like, yeah, already they're starting it with saying her name wrong. They just keep saying their name wrong, you know, over and over, and it's racist. So that's that.
They say it's racist to do that. You know? Oh shit. You could be Joe Biden. What do you be like? Camilla. Listen, I want you to suck as much dick as possible. I want you to the top. Baby, I gotta fix that thing.
So your Biden voice
AI
filter?
I guess that's the Biden voice thing. I forgot I even had this fucking thing. Now my computer's gonna blow up.
Right.
My computer's gonna explode. You know, I'm messing with the
changing. And I'm like, the moment it came, it was crazy. It was nobody seen it coming except that photographer. He's a hell of a guy. He's a great guy. He's been with me a long time. He had the settings up. Yeah. It's great.
That's the they call it the billionaire.
The billionaire.
And then Uncle in Chief for the Biden one.
Okay. God, well, I guess Joe Biden is America's creepy uncle. That does track.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, Pedo Pete. We got Vince getting in on the water tower action. That was
speaking of the tiny hat mafia, though, Bibi Netanyahu is
brought his dirty laundry in. I heard.
Yeah. He's in DC.
They're the only ones
now
that show up with dirty laundry, literal dirty laundry. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
There's free laundry to anybody that visits, right? Which, I mean, look, they take a lot of tax dollars. You would assume you would get like maybe some dry cleaning, maybe a fluff of the pillow, maybe some free Xanax at the fucking door with pharmacy written on it.
At the very least, you would have an indifferent.
Oh, they do. They give out grab bags. I forgot. They gave out grab bags of drugs.
Little swag bags. Fucking.
But you can get your laundry done, which nobody does because they're barely long enough to get their drugs and snort their. I mean, they drop it sometimes. They lose their coke sometimes. They're in such a fucking hurry, right? But the bibbies. Wait, is that Netanyahu? Sorry, whatever. Bibbies. No, they bring their own. They bring dirty laundry, for people to clean. Like,
cue the terrible Don Henley song.
I don't have it, but like to bring your dirty drawers with you, like they bring suitcases full. That's why Biden and Harris don't have to be there this time. They just brought their laundry to.
The people were mad because they didn't meet him at the airport. Did you see that? There were people all like, "I can't." The
president of the United States of America didn't meet the boss at the airport.
Kamala or Joe didn't show up to meet Bibi at the airport. How rude.
They were just there to do their laundry, dude. They're just here to do their laundry and move on. Get out of here. I seen a report that Netanyahu wanted to talk to Trump. Because Biden's incapacitated and he don't believe in talking to women or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is. I just seen it in the passing.
Bibi ain't got time
probably
for
look it up, but it doesn't it makes sense, you know. And then they want to get Trump on the Logan Act, you know, because he had a call with Zelensky there, you know, and is brokering like an end to the war. And they're like, get him for that fucking, get him for stopping the war.
What fucking Ronald Reagan did. That's what George H.W. Bush orchestrated in order to help get Reagan elected in 1980. That was the October surprise, the release of the hostages and the negotiations that the Reagan team was doing behind the scenes to usurp Carter's authority. It's a fucking time-honored tradition in American politics. So for them to, you know, try to turn it around at this point is just fucking nonsense. That's some whataboutist bullshit.
Oh, you're talking about shooting him in the head? That would be the turnaround you're talking about?
No. The whole like, we need to fucking do the Logan Act and blah, blah, blah. All of these.
No, I mean, because it makes sense, you know, the October surprise, the 1 year, you know.
Yeah, well, okay, but that Reagan.
But then again, if they did try to shoot him in the fucking head and he wasn't cooperative before, you know, if Trump was a little uncooperative, like his people like to say, and he isn't one of them, and they did actually try to shoot him in the fucking head, you think he would be a little more cooperative? You know, I mean, that's usually the point of shooting someone in the head, or getting a perfect picture of shooting someone in the head to, like, you know, put the feelers out of like, hey, let's all you shut the fuck up. And let's just keep on keeping on with this fucking train. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. I don't have a train horn. Ooh, that's close. I don't think it's slowing down either. It's really just chugging along.
I guess
now my head like a fucking cake.
I guess Harrison Smith is running around threatening to block anybody who thinks that there might be some sort of hoax or staging or, you know, anything. Harrison Smith of InfoWars is telling everyone that he's going to block them if they don't believe the official narrative.
Oh, yeah, he said that.
Yeah,
he said that. He's in writing.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. We can take a look
I said, hey, you know, it'd be fun if we all blocked Kamala Harris and Joe Biden collectively, if we just all block them on Twitter. That would be funny. I don't block people. I block ads. But I blocked Joe and Camilla and all their fucking things. You know, it's like everybody block them. That'd be funny. This guy's gonna block you for.
I have muted the name and the nicknames of like basically every politician, and it really cleans up your news feed. But yeah, Harrison Smith of the free speech bastion InfoWars saying, I'm gonna have to start blocking people claiming this is all orchestrated. Our enemies of human do not ascribe supernatural capabilities. There's nothing supernatural about it, Harrison. I don't understand why that's even an argument. If you can't see what's happening right now, you need to get in touch with the Holy Spirit. How can you go from telling people to not have a supernatural outlook at it and then immediately pivot to say, hey, share my supernatural belief system? I don't.
Yeah, dude, we are in this insane inversion, dude.
How the fuck are you going to tell people?
You had Joy, the one fucking Oprah's fucking Gail on the thing, like, oh, the fucking RNC was popping, you know, and that fucking CNN going, oh, you guys are now centered, and they're like, you know, unity, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, they'll just come out, Camilla and Trump, and say, you know what? Maybe Biden will die, right? Biden dies, you know, Trump sees his, you know, frailty, you know, his fleeting life, and Camilla, you know, she's all sad because she loved Joe. She says it. She says a lot. She just loved, you know, Joe Biden dying. Do you think Kamala Harris will be able to cry better than Robbie Parker?
No, not even a little bit.
So, anyways, you know, this is all just a hypothetical. So Joe's dead, you know, Camilla's trying to Robbie Parker it up, you know, and Trump's like, hey, maybe we should just show true unity and go back to the old days. You be my running mate and we take care of this, huh? You know, and the people are like, oh my God, this is amazing. We don't even have to fucking vote. They just came together and now they're going to stop everything. Would that be crazy? That's how crazy everything is going right now. I mean, you can't take it out of, you know.
That's fucking crazy.
Convention.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't think that'll work. That's not going to work. Have you seen that dude's testimony?
That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
Have you seen the fucking not the FBI guy, but the guy who, you know, got set up by the FBI?
Yeah. The Wolverine dude.
Did we play it on here?
I don't think we played it on here, but I watched it.
Yeah. I mean, he went right up to what's his face, and he's like, "Dude, I've been waiting to fucking talk to somebody that can get this out, man. Like, they fucking told us we were gonna go do this thing, and like we just were driving to go do this thing, and then it was like taking longer to drive to do that thing. But we're talking about guns and titties and stuff, you know, like that's what we do. And then like someone said Whitmer, and my heart sank because like what the fuck." And then dude's like, "We ain't doing nothing, dude. Like, here, just take a picture of her house, dude. We're just driving by, bro. It's nothing." And he took the guy's cell phone and he went, and that was the conspiracy. And they just drove away after that. Like, that's pretty. Yeah. The Whitmer thing, I don't think it's gonna work because, like, you know, that guy coming out and saying, he just straight, you know, it's one of those stories that, like, he's pretty believable. You know, they tried to fucking put him in prison, you know, and he's one of the ones that got acquitted on it. So, like, and the story makes sense, dude. You going out with your homies, you know, you got your homies doing your homie things, and then you over homied it, you know?
Yeah.
I can understand fucking Stan getting into that position, you know, fucking riding around, then you're a fucking accessory. Like, dude's like, "Hey, just take a picture, dude. It's no big deal, man. It's just, we're just driving by." And he fucking does it. Like, that part, like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, as soon as my heart dropped out, just hearing him say that, it's like, like, what the fuck? Why would you take the phone from him?
Right? That makes sense.
But like, it's in a moment, and it's like, you know, but you know, why would you take the phone from him? You know, but you're in a truck with your homies, and they're like, "What? You don't trust us, you fucking queer?" You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like a relatable situation. You know, I used to get in trouble all the time. And that would be serious fucking trouble that you got into.
You would get in
you was in the fucking wrong place.
I would have gotten in trouble for
that.
that.
Right fucking time.
You would have gotten in trouble for that.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if the Whitmer thing. Two of them? I mean, you might as well just have Hillary fucking.
Exactly, dude. You might as well just throw out.
Just do it. Bring Taylor Swift.
Let's run Taylor Swift.
There, dude. Just fucking bring her in. First time. Don't make her president. That's stupid. You make her vice president.
Of course.
You know, vice president, and she just fucking like dances and fucking plays.
Do you think we're going to see
seances and shit?
Do you think we're going to see Kamala twerk? You think she's going to twerk for the presidency?
I believe we're going to see a sex tape.
That's right. You do believe we're going to see a sex tape. Do you think it's going to be Montel's or Willie Brown's?
Oh, fuck. I forgot Willie Brown. I forgot to put Willie Brown in there.
Watch it be Hunter Biden's.
That would be a fucking wild card.
Hunter's got a three-way with Malia
because I said it would drop, you know, around
Malia,
that time.
Obama, and Kamala.
Yeah. And I said, my bet it gets dropped around the same time. So they go, "Oh, there's Russian disinformation coming about Kamala," you know, and then it's like a video of her and Hunter, like, just like he's snorting coke from her taint, and
just ripping a line off of Kamala's ass while Malia Obama is eating his. That's what the tape is. Hunter Biden.
We gotta go get more.
Getting a
blew it
fucking
all over the place, bitch.
Hunter Biden getting a coke fart rimmer from Malia Obama while he does a line off of Kamala Harris's ass. That's what we're gonna see.
Now we're probably just gonna get something real. It's not gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a grainy one.
It'll be a fucking boring ass missionary.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's not gonna be Ray J-esque, maybe it might be more fucking hanging wiener in it than Kamala.
It'll all be focused on Hunter's junk. The whole video. Yeah. It's like self shot point.
Every time they're trying to fucking move a Hunter, just fucking,
yeah,
like it's bigger than she is,
right?
She's like, stop. Motherfucking
all right.
So so phony. Like Trump's phony, right?
Yeah.
But like Camilla is next level phony. She's at the Hillary level phony, right? The fucking smile in your face while they're stabbing you right in the fucking face. They'll stab you in the face and smile at the same fucking time.
It's not a smile. It's a baring of teeth. In the same way that a fucking dog
with a hyena cackle.
Yes, like a snarling hyena. That it's not a smile. It's a show of aggression.
Like if they would have clapped Trump, she would have came out on a fucking podium like, y'all said it was legal.
Right?
They go, well, fucking got us on that one. You got us on that one. All right, guys, let's go back inside. That's basically what it is. I mean, they could just, I mean, what's the scenario that it would take for people to really have to like do the, thing that takes, an over thing of throwing thing, basically a real,
okay, I gotta pull this up. Shout out to Olivia Rondeau.
What do you got?
Well, Olivia has for the last, I don't know, 5 years maybe, done, I think, the best Kamala impersonation I have ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, democide. We'll get to that.
Yeah. They would have got.
White supremacy is a huge problem in America today. Ma'am, you talk about white supremacy a lot. Isn't your husband white?
It's funny that you ask that. It's really
white supremacy.
It's not the best.
Why didn't she say no? He's Jewish.
Right?
That would have been better on the bit there.
I don't know if she can. I don't know if she gets to do that. Let's see. Where's the? She's got a bunch of like extended.
That was the bit, dude. It's like you're married to a white man. He's Jewish.
Right. Yeah, that is the bit. That's the joke.
Redo that. Someone fucking message her. Get that one down. Redo it. Throw the Jew in it. Fucking don't be a pussy about it.
Right?
Yeah, because I mean,
I'll do that.
Because I mean, it should have been he's a Jew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's true. So, it's like, how can you? It's not illegal to say the truth. Oh yeah, it is. I forgot.
Well, we're on accidentally on YouTube, so we're probably gonna get this video taken out for Derrick.
For her. Oh shit.
We're still up on Bros's YouTube, so yeah.
Well, we've trashed Trump enough that I think we've done.
Oh, that's
we're
fair.
Leveling
that's
it
fair.
Out,
right?
I wish I had the Fauci clip right now of Fauci. You remember Fauci a couple weeks ago, the number one doctor we all got to trust, him saying how Biden, you can't tell from a 60 and a 90-minute clip whether he's, you know, he's very sharp in his words and in his thoughts. So you know, he's clearly capable of being the fucking president. You better shut your mouth. And now he's not. That's weird. That doctor sucks.
I have
Like we
never
said
before in my entire career of being a doctor
okay,
encountered a more fit.
Now we gotta find it because then we
and
can play it on
hail.
mute. Let's fucking find this goddamn clip.
Okay.
I forgot. Now it's fine. You just play this clip and yeah. Because he literally fucking said, yeah, he's fine. He's fine. You can't tell from no goddamn
I gotta make sure that. Well, let's see if there's a lead.
But what about Biden?
They asked him about his Secret Service protection.
Oh, absolutely.
I of course think that Joseph Robinette Biden is the most fit, healthy, and hale human being that I have ever encountered in all of my years as a physician, a real doctor, not just somebody who looks at computer-generated images on camera and then lies to the American people about.
Now, you are the expert. You are the expert, Dr. Fauci.
I
you don't see any
the
cognitive
science.
decline.
You must internalize everything that I say because I am the science. We all know that.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you, Dr. Fauci.
There has never been a human being to grace the face of God's green earth that is more capable, more what is the word? I believe more suited to lead the American people than Joe Biden. I would
that was the word you were looking for.
I would stake my entire reputation on Joe Biden's mental and physical acumen.
Well, thank you, doctor. Thank you.
That really is the show now. We don't ever have to fucking play a clip ever again as long as we could do the fucking.
Yeah, because he said pretty much all that shit.
He really did.
He was like, yo, he's fine. It's a 90-minute clip. It's a very small clip. It's hard when I talk to him. It's great. We fucking have a great time. We play fucking pickleball and shit. Like sometimes he slips, you know, and hurt his ankle, you know. But he does like to swim in the nude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't prefer?
Finds out Joe Biden has a massive hog. Well, he likes to run around naked, you know, and that's where fucking Hunter gets his. Well, plus he's got a giant hog. I'm assuming, you know.
Right.
I don't run around with my hog out.
I did.
More like a piglet. It's like a
I
piglet.
tried.
It's like
I try not to.
Piglet, you know.
I walk around. You know, if I'm in a place where it's like just me and the girl. Sure.
Yeah, the hotel room. Fuck yeah. That cow is coming out. I'll tell you that.
Hang out with your wang out. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm not, you know, and look, it would be fantastic to just take a nude swim in the White House pool.
Jimmy Carter has passed away.
What?
Now, this is coming from Gain of Fauci at the moment, but
okay. Well, he may
give me
be
1 second because it was just a few minutes ago when they posted this. Just type in Jimmy Carter because he was basically dead. That one last time we seen him.
Immediately, first thing that pops up when you search it up is Jimmy Carter is not dead.
Thank God.
He's not a non-hero.
Oh shit! Okay, that's that Laura Loomer thing that got put out.
Fucking Laura.
There we go. Okay, Laura Loomer tweeted out. I seen something where she surprised I didn't click when I seen it, but where she had tweeted out a press release about Jimmy Carter, and then quickly deleted it.
Okay,
and someone caught the whatever it is, but I was looking up Fauci, and for some reason, Gain of Fauci had it on there.
Hey, for the people that are watching this on Derrick's YouTube channel, we are not allowed on YouTube. So if you're digging the show, go ahead and give us a follow on Rockton or Rumble. We appreciate you guys that are hanging out and still sticking with the show. You guys are awesome. Like the participation that's going on. Heck yeah.
YouTube's not safe. YouTube,
so this was in the doc for yesterday. We didn't get to the doc yesterday.
Oh man, everybody did go bananas with the Jimmy Carter because they got Loomer. Loomer's the one that did the see, dude, what a nice little trap.
Correct.
What a nice little trap with the bullshit Biden note that just came out and what's going on, and then they fed this to fucking Laura. Pogo.
Right?
Yep, and she put it out. Everybody fucking ran with it. It went bananas. Bananas. I'm looking. You just type in Jimmy Carter and look at it's. Yep. And it all came from Loomer. The fucking shooter thing came from Loomer, and then John Collins seems to be the second shooter on the water tower came from Loomer, and then like John Collins was talking about it, but now he doesn't believe. I don't follow him, so I don't fucking know.
Right. Well, they can reverse
yeah,
autism.
dude. You put poop up. You put poop pills up your butt. Is that what this about? Let's see it.
Let's see. So we've got autism intervention programs that cured twins.
It's not like so what are they doing? They're just like it's just school. They're like, oh fuck, we found out we just gotta like do actual school stuff. The shit we've been doing in the public schools for the last 40 years fucking sucks. It turns out
for
we just
fuck's sake.
What?
The twins underwent behavioral analysis, speech therapy, and a strict gluten-free diet nutrition program. Like, okay, I understand that you could do a lot.
I know that the fecal matter, there's studies on the fecal matter transplant, not reversing, but I guess reversing some of the spectrum that these kids are on, and that's almost immediately on the fecal transplant thing. And that's been a thing since a long time. Because what was that one doctor who was big on the MMR? Fuck. Now I can't think of his fucking name, dude. He's the one who was against it. He was the whistleblower, and then but yeah. They were doing studies with fecal transplants.
Okay.
Your gut biome is your nervous system is directly all tied into your gut. Going with your gut feeling. That's like it's your second brain. That's what they referred to as your second brain. God, what was that doctor's name? I keep thinking. I know Sam had him on, and when Sam had him on, he was on some boat, so the fucking connection sucked. Andrew Wakefield, maybe Andrew Wakefield.
Was it Wakefield or Kaufman?
It's one of those.
Was it Andy Kaufman?
Those two that were fighting the MMR vaccine from the get-go. So I think it's Wakefield that was fighting the MMR vaccine from the get-go.
Okay.
With Dale Bigtree and them back in I picked them on it in 2015 or whatever, when it was like a real hot thing there out in New York.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were doing fecal transplant studies. It's the gut biome is a major thing. I mean, yeah, fast. I think that's the only reason I'm alive. I fast a lot. Otherwise,
Let's see.
Big part of your mood. You get hangry.
We haven't thanked any of the producers yet. We should do that. You guys rock. Thank you for pulling up and hanging out and being a part of the show. We love the hell out of you. We can't do the damn thing without you. It is a value for value gig here. And if you're not familiar with the value for value system, this is what it is and how it works. Every time you guys see the show, whether it's us live Monday through Thursday, Friday with the Independent Review, all of the other shows that stream out on the networks, the Slow News Day channel, the Rantcast channel, all of that comes to you for free. Nothing is ever going to be put behind a paywall. You don't have to subscribe to this to get that. We have zero advertisers. We have zero paid sponsors. Instead, if you see value in what we're doing, conversations that we have, the jokes, all that kind of stuff, whatever that value looks like to you, however much that looks like to you, send it this way. And that's how we get to do the thing. There's a whole bunch of different ways that you can participate. There's a handful of things that we could definitely use some assistance with. Most importantly, time, talent, and treasure. Time and talent, because there's just a couple of us trying to do everything. There's not enough hours in the day or available resources to do it. Treasure, because that's how the bills get paid. The most important thing you could ever do is share the show. We are totally algorithmically censored on all of the social media apps. On Rumble, they fucking hate us. On Rockfin, we crush, but they don't do a fucking thing for us.
Sorry. I was reading something I didn't.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine.
No, go on. I fucking laughed out loud. See the headline thing.
But yeah, share the show. That's really the only way people find out about it.
God damn it.
If you make clips, throw them out there. Tag us in them if you want. If you want us to put them on the clip channel, you can email me or Shelly, amwakeup@protonmail.com, or Shelly, amwakeup@protonmail.com. On the treasure end, there are direct donate links in each and every description. Those are 100% crucial, vital, critical. I don't think I have any.
Yeah, I need a MacBook so I can get a press pass, and
right?
I'll go man on the street, these mofos. You know?
Heck yeah.
Let Derrick and them all get the good question. I just come and bust up in there.
Right? Let's see. If I did not thank Lou G
What happened to
yesterday,
Mary?
Thank you, Lou G. If I did not thank Kim yesterday, thank you, Kim. There were a couple of super rays. Bobby killed Mary. I think we all know that.
I mean, yeah. Like, what happened to Mary, dude?
Greg Walker says,
"What the fuck are you talking about? Get this guy away from me!" Like you,
Greg Walker says, "I got it. What if Taylor Swift fell out of a coconut tree? We can be unburdened by what has Venn diagram." I'm knocking shit around. Yay. And he says, all I know is J6 was a part of Operation Gladio. It was nice little Greg's favorite callback to the interview that we did with old Jakey Jake. Geography Pro says, listening to Dr. David Martin, I think I understand main mechanism used to reduce carbon with the science juice many took. It's pseudo-uridine and how it causes cancer. When cancer develops on a percentage of pseudodyne in science juice. Okay.
Wait, what happened? Is this a donor?
This is
not
a
donor,
super ray
sponsor. I was like,
this is a super ray here.
What the cancer juice? Was this a remedy?
No, I think this is the causation. Talking about, he says, is it a coincidence Pfizer claims cancer is the new COVID? Well, I mean, they gave everybody fucking turbo cancer.
Yeah, and they said the next thing we're working on is the cancer, therapies with the counselor. Like I had someone tell me, I said, dude, isn't that crazy? Joe Biden, he's got the sniffles, right? But he's 5 times boosted. He fucking told us that once you take the vaccine, you're fine. And the guy's like, no, he didn't. I said, yeah, he did. Check it out.
Yeah, he
Here's the
did.
beautiful green footage. He's like, well, we all knew that it wasn't like that. I said, wait a minute. So when the fucking when the pharmaceutical industries and the fucking companies making the shit were telling you it was 100%, you were so fucking smart that you knew it wasn't 100%, so you fucking injected it. Can you make that make sense that I'm a Kool-Aid drinker and you like mine's a metaphor. Mine's a metaphor.
Right?
When they call us Kool-Aid drinkers, that's a metaphor, homie. I mean, y'all injected drugs.
Yeah.
Because you were smarter than the company and knew that's not how vaccines work. That's crazy. You say that it's fucking crazy. Some of the shit people say, dude, just to like win. It's fucking Facebook is a fucking preschool.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we said that right? Not preschool, because preschool they can't even fucking hardly know their fucking words. My kid, she's going to the first grade. Like I got a fucking every day. Yeah, junior high-ish.
Yeah.
Junior high with preschool brains.
And then Kareem says, just drove by Watergate complex in DC. Super crazy security. Must be where Netanyahu is staying. There's an underground garage there, which is secure and keeps him out of sight.
There's good laundry service there.
Excellent laundry service at the Watergate.
Yeah. Great dry cleaning. Let me get all the stains out.
Live in
Tesla land. What's that mean?
That means California.
Oh, because I heard he's moving. Now you're not in Texas.
Yeah, he's moving to Texas, but there are, dude, there's so many freaking Teslas on the road. When I drive to my girl's house, I don't even out here, but as soon as you hit like Tracy or Livermore, it is, every third
I seen a
vehicle is
2015, right? A 2015 Tesla for sale. And it's like 2015. Yeah. What the fuck did that? We're all mortal people,
right?
Time flies right by. I mean, that's that's a 2015. That's already that car is almost a decade old already. The battery's got to suck balls. Like, who the fuck would pay $30,000 for that piece of shit?
Well, and they're giving away the fucking Teslas now too, because nobody wants them because they're all shit.
Fucking trash.
We do not have AM wake up booty shorts yet, but we should. We should.
Okay. I had some
look, dude,
for some booty shorts once.
I am all for. I'm all for it.
Weird putting it was when my face was a logo. It felt weird putting my face on your vagina.
Right? One of my fucking favorite things is my girl in booty shorts. It's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's cool.
They're fantastic.
I don't know about your girl, but I'm just saying, yeah, booty shorts.
Yeah.
Asses. They're cool.
So okay, the ethanogens are still illegal for a number of reasons. Mostly because the government sucks ass. But there are a number of places where ethanogens have been at least
what the fuck is an ethanogen? What's that?
All plant-based psychedelics.
Oh, okay.
The classification for all plant-based psychedelics is
what again?
Ethanogens.
Ethanogens. Okay.
I have no idea why you went with fart humbler, but that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. What else do we got? What time is it? Oh shit!
It's about that time. Yeah.
Wrap up. Oh yeah, that's what I laughed at. One of the dudes who's like the White House correspondent, fucking guy, Simon Ataba.
Simon
Ataba.
Simon.
Simon. Yeah. It's Simon. It's Simon.
Entheogens. Okay. Entheogens. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
He tweeted out update Jimmy Carter's not dead. So I think he might have tweeted out Jimmy Carter was dead accidentally, got rumored. Anyways, I was scrolling through to see if he got lumered, and here's this thing an hour ago. It says, breaking, your reaction. President Joe Biden commends Secret Service Director Kim Cheadle for decades of service as he announces independent review of July 13 incident. Oh, okay, an independent review. We love independent reviews. Know how those fucking work out. In a statement minutes ago, Biden writes, Jill and I are grateful to Director Kim Cheadle, not related to Don, for her decades of public service. She has a selflessly dedicated and risked her life to protect our nation throughout her career in the United States Secret Service. They're thanking her for this is like the election thing. Remember they gave Ruby Freeman awards and shit. They're thanking them for this.
Yeah.
Telling you, they're like, hey, we don't know what happened, but yeah, he had 20 minutes to set his shot. He had all the time to fly drones around and wander around for pictures, to be caught only in the background, in the very background. I mean, this is beyond Kubrick level to me, fucking beyond. I just believe they don't give a fuck. Honestly, they can just get somebody else, that loves to be just as much of a fucking Zio. Yeah, I understand the fanfare, but you think if they popped him, God, if we made it without the civil unrest, right? If people really are just nah, I got to go to work still, and then they just whatever. And they put someone else in and they got the right person, the backing behind that as this guy who's he ends up being a little bit more charismatic. Charismatic, better speaker, doesn't, basically a young Trump.
Yeah.
If they were able to find someone to fill that, it would the Republican voters then back that guy. It doesn't matter. They're all Zionists. No matter which way you go with it, it doesn't matter. They're all Zion. I just feel like if it's a movie, they wanted that fucking, sometimes when they do those scenes, they fuck them up a little bit. Would have been something, huh? Wouldn't that have been a crazy picture? Would that have been just a fucking
It definitely would have been as iconic.
It would have been in succession too, of him
yeah.
And then coming down and the parts of the fucking skull still suspended in the air.
8,000 frames a second.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it would be that's insane detail.
That's Adam Kokesh, Democide. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a little while, but we
Shotgun
still talk.
Man. Remember when he got in trouble because he whipped out that shotgun in DC?
Yeah.
I always think of that. Then he fucking did it, and they fucking showed right up.
Yeah. Dude, Adam has fucking put his whole neck out a bunch of times.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him for a long time. Man.
He's kept pretty quiet, and he also locked down his Twitter account. Well, I mean, he'd fucking starts fights with everybody online all the time, and it's probably fucking
I can relate.
draining. It's probably. I don't know.
But now I found out they're training the AI is just to fight with each other, then get us to fight with them. So, yeah. I mean, it's interesting, you know, when you see, like I've said it multiple times, the big accounts with many followers going back and forth with someone with fucking 70 people on their account. Like, what's really going on here?
There's a couple of ways that you can get behind paywalls. Archive.ph is good. Archive.com is good. 12footladder.io is good. Yeah, but archive.ph works exceptionally well right now. Yeah, no, Adam's, you know, fine, dude. He talks a lot of shit, and yeah, that's fine. That's fine. A lot of people talk a lot of shit that we get along with.
Same with Dice.
Yeah,
Mark Dice.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't like. Yeah, I guess he whatever, but like,
he's
used to see him on Twitter all the time, and now I don't. He doesn't do Twitter. Maybe he's doing the YouTubes or something, but like, he did funny stuff. His man on the street stuff.
His man on the street stuff was great. I think.
I want to see the times when the guy's like, "I'll take the gold bar."
I think Matt Wallace was the central casting response to Mark Dice.
Okay.
I do. I think they wanted a Mark Dice like character to go do that shit.
The way Mark talks is it draws me in. He almost sounds like a real life AI.
Kind of does, yeah.
Well, I guess I've never met him in real life, so I don't know. Maybe he is AI. I don't fucking know. I'm assuming he sounds that way in real life. He sounds like AI in real life. Anyways, tomorrow
is Revolution Wednesday with Mr. T. Snyder. Right? Crash a Bitcoin conference.
Fuck yeah, dude! It's like $10,000 for a fucking what is it? $1,700 or something for a ticket, and then like $10,000 for like a VIP thing.
Let's find out.
Press passes. The thing I seen that pop up. I might have clicked on the wrong website. There might be multiple fucking sites selling the shit.
I mean, they got Trump and RFK Jr. at the Nashville Bitcoin conference.
Fuck off. How do we get these press passes?
Let's see. Whale Pass. What's the Whale Pass?
That's fucking $11,000.
They don't even tell you what the price is on the fucking. You have
because
to
you're
click
fucking
on it.
Well, dude. You don't fucking need to know what the price is.
Let's get tickets now. Let's do that. Okay,
That's
gotta pull this.
Max.
Gotta pull this up on screen before we split. Thanks to
I like how they take cash.
Thanks to the couple people that threw super raise. $16 is not enough to produce the show for the day, but we appreciate everyone who participated.
Someone get me press passes.
Angie on the Venmo, thank you.
I'll pack a bag right now.
Right
for Thursday. But
here we are with your
$6.99. Not too shabby. Only $700.
But your industry pass,
if you use Bitcoin,
your industry pass, Chris, that's where you start.
That's where you fucking rub the elbows.
It's where you start to stop being a sucker. You
At
just get the festival pass.
You're still behind the ropes inside.
You're a fucking nobody. With $700.
At $3.99, we can get you over the ropes. At 21, I tell you this. At 21, you'll shake hands with Trump.
21 grand, you can blow RFK Jr.
Okay. I bet a lot of people bought the Whale Pass. And you get 21% off if you use Bitcoin.
Heck yeah.
And the after party ticket where you actually do get to suck everybody's dick, that
Sold out.
I think
Sold
actually
out.
they suck your dick. I'm sorry. It would probably be the other way. I'm not paying for anybody. Or I'm not paying to suck anybody's wiener. That's crazy. But they probably suck your wiener for the after party. I mean, if the whale thing is like 10,000,
$21K for $21K for the whale pass.
Oh yeah. So that means the after party with blowjob included. See the passes that start at like it might be the whale pass, free booze the whole time. So free booze and blowjobs from RFK. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to blow a little bit of that Bitcoin?
Right. If you
21% off, you use fucking Binance. The US version, of course, because we need your ID and all that shit on that one. Yeah, that's not gonna.
Yeah. People are kicking around Alex Stein in the Rumble chat.
Why is he in the chat?
No. They're just kicking him around. Somebody brought him up, and so going in on.
He had a sad ending. Did he die?
No.
He loses the show. I could see why losing the show. I mean, he's with Glenn Beck, and
I don't think he lost the show. I think he still got the show.
Yeah, what the hell's going on? Oh, he started cross-dressing, huh?
I mean, he's been going through his little humiliation ritual for
his
a while.
mama died.
Yeah, no, he came on this show. He came on this show when Pasta was here, and he fucking cried about it. Like he was breaking down in tears. He was second person in. Yeah, he was the second person in like a handful of months that cried on the show. Scott Ritter cried on this show.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
I'm in the fucking Cry Hall of Fame too. Like a bitch. Anyways, we've got to wrap it up. Tomorrow is Revolution Wednesday with Tease. Anybody else coming on? You probably already said it, and
I don't have anybody booked for tomorrow. I was sick as shit last week. I didn't really get to, but I gotta get on the booking a little bit more. I got people I gotta email and talk to. I actually have a little bit of time today, so I'll be able to get some of that done. Nothing scheduled for the rest of the day here, you guys. Tomorrow, Revolution Wednesday with Tease, and then Poppy's Field Project in the evening. We're going to start carrying the Third Rail with Nature Boy live on Fridays. And then we are also going to be carrying, America Unplugged. Billy Ray Valentine, Tony Arterburn, and Don Jeffries on Saturday morning. Alex Stein said that he's too much of an attention whore for Union of the Unwanted. There's too many people on it. He has to be the center of attention at all times, or else he's not comfortable. That's what he said.
Yeah. And he'll play the villain if he has to.
Heck yeah. So, he'll play the fucking women's swimsuit wearing screaming histrionic weirdo.
He blocked me. I didn't even say anything about him.
Really?
Yeah, dude. All I said, me and him would DM back and forth and shit, because he was gonna come on my show, vice versa, when he was still doing his fucking thing, and then it might have been after the rap thing, and he blew up, and he tweeted something about Tucker, and I retweeted the video of Tucker at the airport talking about 9/11, which has changed his views. People can do that. And I said, your daddy Tucker, at that time, I hadn't heard Tucker change his views, but I said, your daddy Tucker, he thinks you should be deported.
Yeah.
That's all I fucking said.
Yeah.
And he blocked me. Oh, new block. Jordan Peterson.
Really?
Yes. Jordan Peterson blocked me. When those guys block me, you get blocked by them. For one, I didn't even like. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't ever like talk about Peterson or like. I might have did the video where he was crying and I put, "Do you want to get your dick sucked?" You know, and I high pitched his voice about wearing the mask. I'll wear the mask. And then you want to get your dick sucked? But if he's seen that, dude, and blocked me over that, like, fucking awesome. That's fucking hilarious. I'll take it. I didn't make a fucking scalping video for Jordan, though. I should. Right. I should go make one. It's a tradition.
Wow.
It's a tradition. It's the ones that block me, that is like that I don't really interact. I don't say anything, and it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why the fuck did you block me? What the hell? Like, that's weird. Like, did someone tell you something or something? Like, that is weird as shit. Anyways, tomorrow, peace.
Yep. Yes,
and,
sir.
Maybe we'll try to get a hold of the Butler Township.
Yeah.
Let's
do that.
Email.
Let's try. See if we can
figure out how to get these fucking press passes. See if it's too late.
Oh, it's definitely too late for the Nashville thing. You probably needed to apply months ago. Yeah.
What's the next thing? Find me the next thing.
Right?
Yeah. I'm serious. Find me the next fucking thing that we can apply for.
You can try and get credentials for. You're right.
I got this fucking hotspot. We'll load up this hotspot thing that someone sent me and get a new backpack. Yeah. Maybe a little new backpack.
All right.
You know? What else do you need? You need a little backpack, change of drawers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, over there you need Bitcoin, a lot of Bitcoin.
Definitely a lot of Bitcoin.
So really missing on the Bitcoin. I don't have a lot of that. The
I have none. I have zero.
Basically zero. You know, because I don't own a Bitcoin. If you own, you know, I believe if you don't own like a whole Bitcoin, you kind of own like zero, partial. Not even like if you do, yeah.
I had to cash out all of my Bitcoin and all of my other crypto every single month just to fucking pay bills. I have not been able to hold any of it. I have fucking too many things that I have to take care of every month. In California, where it fucking costs 18 times more than it does anywhere else.
I got caught on one of the stupid shit coins. I should see. Safe Moon. I caught that wave and fucking juke, and then that last time there, that wasn't good. It never looked back at where it could have been. I guess, you know, should have known better.
All right, you guys. Well, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks again here to everybody who helped produce today's show. Thanks again to Derrick Bros and Ryan Christian. Love the hell out of you. See you tomorrow. Good luck to us all.
Peace.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here's American Gladiators. Watch this. Shut up. Go back to bed, America. Here is American Gladiators. Here is 50